Virginia Beach area. DeSteph, a Republican. Just saw him yesterday. We're in Richmond live. Senator, good to have you, man.
John, great being here. How are you doing this wonderful morning?
I tell you what, never better. And you guys survived the tornado. When I heard those sirens go off, I thought there was an air raid last night.
It sounded like it, didn't it?
It really did sound like an air raid. Let's get to. I know we've got limited time because you have to get into a meeting at the bottom of the hour, so we got about 7 minutes here. Senator, let's get to this Airbnb situation. Look, I feel this thing has been jammed down our throats with the clock running out. I think it should be studied. Look, I'm all for free markets and entrepreneurs and stuff, but I don't like the government picking winners and losers. I know Tommy Norman is trying to stop this thing in the House. Basically, it's not regulated. I don't think we've studied it enough. What's your position on it, and where do we go with this thing now?
Well, you're right. It does need to be studied. I do like Tommy's position and your position on this. And here's what happened. Airbnb, and I'll use Virginia Beach as an example, but Airbnb undoes city ordinances in Virginia Beach that we've had laid out for the last 20, 30 years. And what happens is, and I'll give you a good example, either at the oceanfront or Sandbridge, we have a bunch of folks who live in their house for 7, 8 months out of the year. The other 4 or 5 months, they rent their house on a weekly basis. So when that happens, they either move into another house or they go on vacation. A lot of these folks are older folks or younger folks who have other accommodations. So what happens is, we've got it structured now in the city of Virginia Beach where all taxes get paid. Everything's organized. It's done right. They have inspections, so you make sure your gate on your pool is working properly. You make sure that everything is within building code. Your fire alarms and fire extinguishers and smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. Everything's where it should be. It all works. It's ready to go for the season. On Airbnb, it allows you to just literally put your house in there and just kind of on the fly go from there. You don't have to go through any inspections. You don't have to go through any of the current codes. You just swap it out. Here's the problem with that. So anonymously, anyone can stay in any house because Airbnb does not release who's staying in the house. So imagine some individuals who want to be right next to an elementary school. Right. Imagine some individuals, and there's no limit to the number of people under Airbnb under this bill that you can put into the house. So one of the problems we've had in the past is party houses. Somebody will rent a house for a 3-day weekend, go down there, they'll have 400 or 500 people there. So imagine this, John. You put your house in Airbnb, I come in and rent it, and I'm going to have a party there with 500 of my closest friends. We tear up your house. I mean, we burn down your house. Let's just put it that way. Okay, first of all, your rental insurance, unless you have a rental rider on your insurance policy, which you probably would not have, most in Airbnb do not.
Right.
So your insurance company is going to say, hey, we're not responsible for this. You didn't have a rental insurance. You never told us you were renting your house. Then on the other side, your mortgage company is like, hey, doesn't matter. You were in noncompliance with your mortgage. We want to be paid today because you didn't have the appropriate insurance for the use of your house. It's a residential dwelling. It's not set up as a rental house. So you run into problems like that. And if you pull up Airbnb, one of the things we brought up was a couple of kids over at ODU in Norfolk had comfortable couch, warm blankets, plenty of beer. Is that $46, $50 a night? Is that really what we want to do? Is that really where we want to go with this? I don't think so. I understand the underlying concept, but we need to make sure that we're not getting rid of local ordinances. We need to make sure we have it set up right. We need to make sure we answer all the questions. We want to make sure we do this right. When we do things like this, just like Uber and Lyft, we allow them to continue operating for the year while we put a study together. We came back, we answered all the questions, we got the agencies comfortable, we got the localities comfortable, we got everybody comfortable on this. The right thing to do on this is put it out to study and really focus on what are the unintended consequences, how do we structure this where we get it done right, and then let this thing operate and take the brakes off, let it go. But right now, the bill's not ready for prime time, in my opinion, and we really need to spend some time doing this thing right.
Senator DeSteph, I think you're spot on. What people don't realize also in this this anxious rush to judgment is that under the rules right now, you can have a neighbor right next door on your block that decides, well, I'm just going to open my B&B business up. And according to what is in the bill right now, 15 people a day could be staying at their home. So you imagine your next door neighbor, and there are 15 vehicles that are piled up. Because under the way it's written, I can have a maximum of 15 people stay. I mean, think
John,
about getting 15 people.
That's not in the current bill. That was taken out of the bill.
Oh,
so there's no limit to the number of people.
There's no limit.
Yeah.
So
like I said, you can set up and have a big party right next to you. Have 500 people there.
So there's no limit whatsoever.
Correct. Before it was the number of bedrooms plus 4. I think it was the number of bedrooms times 2 or 4 plus 4.
Yeah.
So,
it was the number of bedrooms times 2 people plus 5.
There you go.
So
but that's not in there anymore.
You could have 15 people. So now what you're saying, they took that out,
yep.
And so it could be 500 people.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you the other thing, Senator. I've been around the block a long time. When somebody is trying to push something through so hard, rather than just wait and study it, there's always something there that doesn't smell right to me, and hopefully you guys can stop it. I'm out of time. I want to thank Senator Bill DeSteph for being with us. You can get more information at
BillDeSteph.com.
BillDeSteph.org. How easy is that, right?
Yes, sir.
Right,
Thanks,
Senator.
Sean. Have a great
for
day.
Being with us.